Hi, I'm Richard Byrne. In this video, I want to show you how you can make a copyright infringement report with Facebook or on Facebook. As many of you know, I've been fighting with a website that has been infringing on my copyright, republishing all of my work without permission, and the owner of that site continues to blame me for her copyright infringement by saying, you have a full RSS feed, therefore it's your fault that your work gets copied and reused without permission. I'm like, no, you're wrong. You have baseline misunderstanding of copyright. So normally I wouldn't go after it as hard as this, but this person is digging her heels in and really, has dug her heels in against someone who can equally dig his heels in and is actually right in this case. So here's what I've been doing, and I'm going to turn this into an instructive lesson for others. So I did this over the weekend with a couple of posts, and you can see here that I successfully got Facebook to remove the infringing content. And unfortunately, I have to keep doing it for any piece of content that I find. Facebook won't just shut down a site, shut down a page. You have to keep reporting each individual thing, which is kind of a pain. So go to Facebook's copyright report form, and it's kind of hard to find, so I'll include the link in the description of the video down below here. But there's the link for it, and you select I found content, which I believe infringes my copyright. Provide contact information, verify that it's actually you that owns the copyright, where you live, and then the type of content, right? So now you need to go to the post that's infringing, and that's the first thing you're going to list. This is different than Google's form for removing content or making a copyright claim. In Facebook, you list out first the infringing content and then the description of your original work. So just a little bit different between Google and Facebook, but same basic concept. So here's one of them that I'm going to report, and you want to get the link for it. So just right click on it, copy the link address, put that in there. Okay. Now there's the long link to it. If you want to verify that you got it correct, open it in a new tab like I am right here. And make sure it loads correctly. Yep, okay. So it's loaded correctly. I have the right link for it. Now you need to link to your original work. There's my original work. Let's go back to the copyright form. Why am I reporting it? Okay. This content copies my work. I could also say that this one, I appear in this content because I do. It's my selfie that I use there. Here's my copyrighted work. Okay. And I'm going to say in this case, well, I could either say a photo or in this case, other. Okay. My original writing about the leaky basement in my house, as well as a summary of my week of blogging about educational technology. The infringing content also uses my copyrighted image. All right. Now there's a link to my original. All right. Now, if you want to attach a screenshot of the work, you could do that. Right. Make your confirmation. Okay, it's true. Put in your name and submit it. And now we wait for Facebook to make a decision. Okay. I did it a couple times over the weekend, and Facebook was pretty quick to reply to me. So hopefully this happens again and that the work gets taken down. And as I said, you have to do it for every piece of infringing content. You can't just say this page is taking all of my work. That would be really easy and much more helpful for me. But you have to do it for each piece of individual work, each each post, each image, each piece of writing that's been used without your permission. Now, it's also important to point out that there's a difference between copyright infringement and fair use. Fair use would include some type of commentary about the post. This person could have written something like, "Wow, he has a leaky basement in his house in Maine too. I own a really old house that also has a leaky basement." And then written some other commentary about it. But in this case, it was direct copy, paste, and a reuse of the image. So there's no commentary, there's no fair use, there's no sharing to the original source either. So that's why it's copyright infringement. All right, I hope that was helpful, instructive to you. That intellectual property page on Facebook, it can be very helpful. And in terms of submitting a copyright infringement, again, you can submit a copyright infringement notice for your own original work, for pictures that you have taken, for videos that you have made, if they're used in a way that is not authorized and is not a fair use exemption. Full disclaimer, I'm not an attorney, but I've fought with a lot of copyright infringers over the last decade and getting tired of it, so I thought I'd make a lesson out of it. If you have any questions about this, feel free to send me an email, richard@byrne.media or richardbyrne@freetech4teachers.com.